YouTube, YouTube say hi to Twitch, Twitch say hi to TikTok, TikTok say hi to YouTube. We're going on a three-way right now. Pause. So you see the title. Camera, can you focus so they can see me? You see the title. You know what you came here for. I haven't like, what's the word for it? I'm pretty sure everybody saw the Katie stuff, like the Katie files. I seen it when I first originally seen it. I'm like, this is bullshit. So I kind of just like disregarded it and didn't pay no attention to it. And then I started seeing it getting crazy traction. And I'm like, okay, like, damn. Like, this is like, it's damning. You know what I mean? Like, if this is really him, like niggas is saying, this is damning information. So like, especially for a person like Katie, because everybody know Katie talks shit on Twitter, but it's a different thing from talking shit on Twitter to bashing your teammates and calling Jabari Smith retarded. Like, this is the whole difference. And crazy enough, I literally saw the tweet that started everything before the nigga quoted with the tweets of like the burner. I saw when he was under that I was about to say that Indian nigga, that old nigga on Twitter, Prov, when they was going back and forth about the drone stuff and he was like deflecting from the question. I remember that, bro. Who knew? Who would have thought that it turned into this? Hold on, Twitch can't see. Who would have thought it turned into? Now it's like I saw like last night, this morning, he fired his whole media team. Like, yeah, he not talking about it in practice. I don't know. I mean, ain't nobody on the Rockets came out and said nothing, so we don't know if it's. I don't know. I mean, it's not confirmed, but everybody, it's inferred that like it's KD. So let's analyze this video.
One thing for the rest of your life. I'm gonna go Twitter because they don't deserve it.
How do you describe Kevin Durant? What's going on with his personality? This guy seems obsessed with.
Wait, get Jason Whitlock off of my screen. Like, I could give a damn about what Jason Whitlock think about the situation, to be honest with you.
Social media. I can't believe he's still doing this burner account thing.
Kevin Durant might have just ruined everything. I mean, look, I give this man all of his respect. He's a 15-time All-Star, a 2-time NBA champion,
player,
a 2-time Finals MVP. The man has one of the most effortless jump shots in the history of basketball. At 37 years old, he's still averaging 25.8 points per game on the Houston Rockets this season. He's shooting over 50.
Like, you can say all of this and then say like it doesn't mean anything because he's a bad teammate. But at the same time, it's like, I think, worstly, it gives more validity to like the problem. But like, he's clearly the best player on that team, and like everybody's flaws are just a lot more prevalent now. Last year, all we heard about the Rockets was if they had a go-to guy at the end of games to go to and say go get us a bucket. Like they'd be not unstoppable, but they'd be like better than what they were, and they were already the 2 seed. So now they have that, and now you see all of your draft picks have like very noticeable flaws. Amen, year 3 still can't shoot. Jabari, like what, year 4 now? He was drafted in 2022, right? Yeah. Jabari, year 4, still can't create his own shot and like doesn't look like a true basketball player. And Alperen is like inefficient as hell, especially for someone who takes as many shots as he does and plays the way he does. He's inefficient as hell, and he's just a fucking asshole. But that's not, you can't
from the field. He ranks 3rd in the entire NBA in minutes per game. And no one's really talking about this because LeBron James is also defying father time, but what Kevin Durant is currently doing is amazing. During All-Star Weekend, while every other star in the league was laughing and having a good time at the festivities,
he was on his phone the whole time.
He was there. Camera, and the look on his face tells you everything you gotta know. He was glued to his phone, pacing around the court, looking stressed, and the reason why? The internet was in the middle.
Looking stressed is a stretch of like what was actually going on. But I don't know if you can say he was looking stressed. Like, I don't know how you could infer that. because like that nigga just be on his own shit anyway. But
of exposing what they believe is Kevin Durant's latest burner account. This isn't just him defending his legacy against some fan. The messages here are really bad. I'm talking about leaked group chat messages where this account is allegedly.
The pick disproved that though. That was the point. I wouldn't say Kai was competing with me, but that light skin and that triple double cocaine bear. Triple double cocaine bear, crazy.
Trashing his own teammates, calling his franchise player out by.
I'm gonna turn the ball over with this shitty. I'm gonna say shitty ass team. I don't give a fuck. Your franchise player can't shoot or defend. It's talking about Alfred. No. Yeah, that's Alfred. That's Alprin. I said Alprin. That's a way bigger issue than my turnovers. Remember, these guys are your future. Facts.
Name saying he can't trust guys to make a shot. Comparing his former.
Two dictators, Stalin and Hilton, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un. The Suns are my team when we lose and Boog's team when we win. I'm not gonna lie, he's been going on with his Suns beef since last year. I hear it though.
Teammates to literal dictators. And even saying he'd be better off on the Charlotte Hornets than the Houston Rockets. Bro, Kevin Durant just got on the Houston Rockets and he's already trying to jump ship to a different team. Now, here's the thing. Nothing has been confirmed. Kevin Durant hasn't said a word about this, but the evidence that fans have put together is wild.
Like, for them to not confirm it, then they basically, someone will have to come out and say, yeah, they were impersonating KD, but that's not actually KD. They were speaking as if they were KD, but it wasn't actually KD. As much as I want to believe it's not him, because that's just crazy PR to be put on your name, especially at the end of your career. It's like, bro, you're not. What are the chances of somebody actually made a KD burner account on Twitter and was talking shit like KD in first person? Like, what was the chance that somebody was actually impersonating KD, talking about, especially the time periods are the same. The Twitter account wasn't talking about the Rockets until KD was on the Rockets. Twitter account was talking about the Suns when he was on the Suns. Like, KD's bad.
We're about to break all of this down because this isn't even the first time Kevin Durant has been caught up in a burner situation. This is like his third time. And that history is exactly what makes this thing so believable to so many people.
That's true. He has Benny.
What's going on, everybody? If you know anything about Kevin Durant, you know this man lives
on. That burner shit this nigga been on has, like, niggas have been seeing that shit since he came to the Warriors. That nigga love burner accounts on Twitter, bro.
Like, genuinely lives there. He's one of the most active NBA superstars on social media, and he has been for over a decade.
The most active superstar on Twitter, by far. By far, he's the most active. If it gets to, I remember cleanly and vividly, it always used to be, this nigga's insecure for responding to niggas on Twitter, which never really is really deep. That he's insecure for talking shit about niggas on Twitter. And not even talking shit, just going back and forth with niggas. How does that, like, I hate niggas will say that as an NBA player you're supposed to be above being on Twitter. Then what the fuck is the point of Twitter if you have to be a certain, like, that don't even make sense. So, like, I never understood when niggas got mad at KD for being on Twitter. But then the nigga be doing fuck shit on Twitter, got burners and shit and all that. So it's like, bro.
He doesn't have a filter. He'll respond to a fan with 12 followers at 2 a.m, arguing about whether he's better than LeBron. He'll get into it with media members. He'll drop takes about other players. The man does
all this nigga do is hoop. So he got ample time to do dumb shit, bro. He don't got he not waking up in the morning to go to work, bro.
And honestly, he has all the time in the world to be on Twitter. That was kind of refreshing. In an era where every player has a PR team scripting their tweets, KD was just being himself. Look at how PR trained LeBron.
Bro. Every nigga got somebody running their IG. Every nigga got somebody running their Twitter. Like, ain't nobody really just talking to niggas no more, bro.
James is when he is asked about one of the most sensitive topics in the world right now.
If I have fans over there, I've never been there. If I have fans over there, then I hope you have been following my career. I hope I inspire people over there to not only want to be great in sports, but I want to just be better in general in life. So
This is the
Hopefully
fucking
someday I
face
can
of the
make it over
NBA.
there.
The guy knows how to
Saying, I'm trying to
deflect
get to
every
Israel.
controversial topic and
fucking
question
wicked,
that he
bro.
gets asked.
That's that
And what
PR
I'm
shit,
saying
bro.
is Kevin Durant is pretty much the opposite. He's typically himself. But the problem with Kevin Durant on social media is that being himself sometimes means saying stuff that gets him in serious trouble. And
That's
the
true.
first time it blew up in a really big way was back in September of 2017. Let me give you a history lesson. Here's what happened. KD had just won his first championship with the Golden State Warriors. He was the finals MVP. He left the OKC Thunder the summer before, and everybody had clowned him for joining a 73-win team. The narrative was that he took the easy way out, that he
How
couldn't.
do niggas feel? I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm a Warriors fan, so I really don't like. I'm always little KD, bro. We won with that nigga, but I'm not even gonna get into KD Warriors talk, bro, because we just watching this video. But that's a whole different fucking debate, and that's not it ain't got nothing to do with
beat
this
him,
nigga.
so
I mean,
he joined
it does
them.
got
And
something
even
to do
though
with
he
this
won
nigga
a
being a snake.
championship, the criticism didn't stop. People were still coming
How
for
you
him
calling
every
your little
single
man's
day.
retarded?
So one
That don't
night,
even make
a Twitter
sense.
user
Like,
named
what the
Cole
fuck?
Cashwell tweeted at KD asking him what his motives were for leaving OKC other than getting a championship. Pretty standard stuff. But what happened
I've seen
next
this
was
tweet
one of the
before.
most embarrassing moments in NBA social media history. KD responded to this fan, and what he said was insane. He said he didn't like the organization or playing for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just him and Russ.
That's
Read
facts,
that
though.
again. He didn't like the organization. He, third person. The internet immediately figured out what happened. KD meant to post that from a third person.
It said, I'm fucking dumb. I'm not even understanding. It says he wouldn't like to play. Damn, that's crazy. Nigga, move.
It was just him and Russ. Read that again. He didn't like the organization.
It was just
third
him and
person.
Russ.
The internet immediately
Nasty.
figured out what happened. KD meant to post that from a burner account, not his
Nasty.
real one. He accidentally tweeted from the wrong account, and in doing so, he confirmed what a lot of people had suspected for a very
But that
long
doesn't-
time.
that's true,
KD
though.
had secret accounts that he used
That's
to
bad looks.
anonymously
You see niggas do that all the time. You see, I seen Ant. Ant did that like a couple of days ago. I don't know if that was Ant meant to do that, but he did that like a couple of days ago.
defend himself online. The whole thing went viral instantly, memes everywhere. People were calling it Tweetgate. Sports outlets were running segments on it, and it became one of the most defining NBA moments that had absolutely nothing to do with basketball. Here you
This
have
is
a
8
guy
years ago.
who
Wow.
finally
This is when he
won
was
an
on the Warriors.
NBA
I don't even remember that like
championship,
that.
who was the finals MVP, one of the
crazy.
best scorers to ever play the game. And he's spending his free time creating fake accounts to argue with strangers on the internet about his own legacy. KD
See, if it was just him just going at niggas on his Twitter, it doesn't matter. But like making burners, it just makes you look like, because niggas have this nigga on such a pedestal when they find out, because that's a regular thing. Niggas, you know how many niggas have fake accounts where they just used to chat shit? What? Nigga, the TikTok account they are watching me on right now. That used to be my old shit. I just had I didn't follow nobody I knew. It was straight just scrolling, watching, and commenting. And now I stream on it. No. I don't know. It's not even the same account I stream on it. I made a whole different account. But like, I guess like as an athlete, you're supposed to be better than that. But like, I'm not hearing that, bro. To be honest,
He
with you.
eventually addressed it at the 2017 TechCrunch Disrupt event. He said he took it too far.
I do have another Instagram account, but that's just for my friends and family. So I wouldn't say I was using that to clap back at anybody, but I use Twitter to engage with the fans. But I happen to take it a little too far. And that's what happens sometimes when I get into these basketball debates or, what I really love is just to play basketball. I went a little too far. I don't regret clapping back at anybody or talking to my fans on Twitter. I do regret using my former coach's name and that former organization that I played for. That was childish, that was idiotic, all those type of words.
I mean, he's done it
regret
since
doing
then,
that,
so
and
I mean,
apologize
he's
to
lying,
him for
but
doing that. He said he doesn't regret clapping back at fans, but admitted he went overboard defending his OKC exit. He later told GQ that he'd woken up from a nap and forgot to log out of his main account. Most people would have been embarrassed. They would have deleted their burners. They would have never
bro,
done
that's how it
something
be,
like
bro.
this
He
again,
ain't-
and they would have
he ain't
moved on
scroll
with
back
their
and
life.
check their profile
Not
picture,
KD.
bro. I
In
know how it be,
2019,
bro.
he went on ESPN's The Boardroom and straight up admitted that he used burner accounts.
I wanted a place where I could talk to my friends without anybody just butting in my conversations or taking everything out of context because I enjoyed that place.
How'd you come up with that idea, though? Were you like, yo, I'm just going to create this account and start going?
Yeah, I mean, I had an Instagram account that I just used for my friends and family and just turned over to Twitter as well. And it was just like, it was a cool cool
So what's the
person to
Instagram
just be
name?
me
That's a good.
instead of worrying
That's a better
about
question.
YouTube or Barstool.
But he probably not posting shit.
I want to say to CJ or my friends from back home.
KD not really
I guess I try to live a normal life out in the
fit
public.
pick ass nigga,
Then
bro.
in 2020, he went on the All the Smoke
IG don't mean
podcast
shit.
on Showtime and doubled down.
I didn't like the user burner phone. I would have said, "Fuck it, I'm Kevin Durant, motherfucker. I'm gonna cuss you out. You talk some shit. I'm gonna talk some shit. I'm gonna speak my mind."
I'm still gonna do the burner thing. I'm still gonna do that.
Slinky ass nigga, bro.
There's some shit that you just gotta be
But
like,
I'm saying-
these folks don't always.
He told Alex Rodriguez on the Court podcast.
I still have burners that I use for sure. I have a burner Twitter account still. When I deleted it, it was like these people really made me delete what I enjoy, which is my burner account. You really enjoy having a burner? I mean, you have to look at it from the perspective of like, this is a nigga who couldn't post regularly on their social media like in today's day and age without that shit being like national news. Like, mind you, like think like I know niggas have seen KD's old tweets from like 2012, 2011 when he was talking about drinking what's her name, bathwater and shit, calling Russ gay, all that. Like, them shits is still like, they still pop up today and them bitches still go viral when niggas see them, bro. So like, niggas know that, bro. So like, I can see why someone will see this and be like, yo, this nigga is weird. Why the fuck is he still like about having a burner? But it's like, hey, bro, nigga chronically online and he can't even chat like niggas be chatting, bro. I feel it.
That same year that I still have burners that I use for sure. And honestly, at the time,
that's the right word.
People kind of let it go. They laughed about it. KD leaned into the joke. When Meta launched Threads in 2023, he literally tweeted
really
from his verified account, "On Threads with a burner, come find me." It became part of his brand. KD's a burner guy. It became a meme and he became the butt of the joke. But here's where it gets
so how did we get
bad.
to the
Those
point
burners
where
weren't just used to talk with friends. He wasn't just innocently defending his legacy. Those burners were used for something way more sinister that can alter
allegedly
Kevin Durant's
he forgot he ain't putting the allegedly,
and his career
bro.
for the rest of his life.
Let's
all right, so let's get into
serious.
how this.
Even if the nigga is talking shit about Alperen Sengun, Jabari Smith, and niggas like that, is that gonna affect his legacy? Really? No. Like, let's be completely honest. Like, who really gives a fuck? Look, unless you're a Rockets fan, unless like you really fans of these niggas, like it really is what it is. Like, I didn't they still got to play the rest of the season and the playoffs, and that's still their teammate. He didn't go on the team for 2 more years. Jabari gonna get extended. Alperen gonna get extended. If the nigga and y'all seen the practice, bro, y'all don't make me pull up the practice video. First practice after All-Star break, this nigga Jabari try to get back at KD, airball this shit. So was KD wrong? No, Jabari Smith fucking sucks. So like, he could have found a better way to say that besides saying he's retarded. But
whole thing started. It's February 15th, 2026, All-Star Weekend in Inglewood, California. KD is about to play in his 16th All-Star game. Everything is supposed to be celebratory, but Kevin Durant, being Kevin Durant, is on Twitter. He gets into an exchange with a fan about the NBA's redesigned trophies.
I've seen this
pretty harmless
tweet I was
stuff.
talking about
KD
earlier.
says that the trophies look fine. The fan disagrees. Standard Twitter back and forth. But then a user named Pranav Sriraman jumps in and flips the whole conversation. Instead of talking about trophies, he starts pressing KD about his investment in a drone company called Skydio, which had reportedly sold drones to the IDF. Pranav hits KD with, "They look cheap and uncreative. There, I answered your question. Will you answer my question about Skydio, a drone company you invested in, selling to the IDF? Or will you stick to your brand of deflecting and ducking?" KD doesn't respond. Crickets. But the thread keeps going. And that's when another user named BasedFrog23 enters the chat and drops what will become the bombshell of All-Star Weekend. He replies asking if KD will address the burner.
Do you believe KD? Calling him KDF is crazy. Do you believe KD will address the burner of his Get Higher 77 weird? Weird how all his friends in the search engine are the ones who are responding to it, and then he goes and chats on it, trashing teammates. Yikes.
Account under the handle @GetHigher77, calling out how all of KD's friends appear to be in a group chat connected to the account, and how the user has been trashing his teammates in those chats. And then the screenshots stop dropping
is just
one by one.
Hold on. Let me read these screenshots.
And then the screenshot.
Let's review this. Coach called that play to pass to Alfie. I'm gonna turn the ball over with this shitty ass team. I don't give a fuck. Your franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's way bigger. That's a way bigger issue than my turnovers. Remember, these guys are your future. Yikes. And then under that, these Rockets fans are hurting.
Shots stop dropping.
Ooh, that's
one by one.
I can't. I can't trust Jabari to make a fucking shot or get a stop. Just don't give him a tech. What? FT, to be honest, he's low-key retarded. Oh my god. And that he was dead ass when he said that. When he said he's low-key retarded, he was dead ass. No laughing emojis, no nothing. He's saying, nah, that nigga low-key shit.
And they don't stop. Within hours, the account goes private, but the damage is already done. The internet...
The account goes private is damning evidence, because if it wasn't you... No way. They just flagged my live for hate speech because I said the word TikTok. TikTok lock in, bro. I forgot that TikTok be on dick. I forgot that TikTok be on dick. Whatever.
Has seen everything. Before we get into what these messages actually say, we need to talk about why fans are so convinced that this account belongs to Kevin Durant. Because even though nothing is confirmed, people have put together some pretty compelling circumstantial evidence.
That's
the
true.
first piece of evidence is the owl. The account @GetHire77 uses an owl as both its profile picture and banner image. And here's where it gets interesting. KD's verified account @KDTrey5 tweeted that same exact owl gif back on February 9th, 2021. The burner account was created in August of 2021, just a few months later, using that same owl image. Is it possible a random fan
that's not damning evidence, but
sure. But the connection is there.
There's a connection. I can't lie. There's a connection.
Evidence number 2 is the shared block list. An account called @CGBBurner, also known as Can't Guard Book, which is a pretty well-known Suns fan account, posted that they're blocked by KD on both his verified account and the alleged burner account. Think about that. If the burner was just some random fan, why would it have the same people blocked as KD's real account?
That's true, but that's only one person though.
Overlap. The third piece of evidence is the inner circle. The people in the group chats connected to this account reportedly include individuals from KD's inner circle, private coaches, league friends, people who would have access to behind the scenes basketball information. The account didn't have a huge following, only about 75 followers, and it was set to private, which is exactly what you would expect from someone trying to keep their burner under the radar. And then there's the player perspective. This is the one that really seals the deal for a lot of people. The messages themselves sound exactly like Kevin Durant. The tone, the frustration, the specific references to plays, coaches, and teammates. The account talks about things from a first-person player perspective.
That is true.
Stuff like, coach called that play to pass to Alpi, and every time out, he got me sitting in the corner.
See, that's the only thing. The niggas on the team would know if this is KD or not, because they would just go back and see like if it's true.
These are not takes a random
CP ain't really it. OKC Russ passed it more. Oh my god, he's in the group chat with KD Prime. Yikes. Bro, game will not be close if KD now get frozen out. Every time out, he got me sitting in the corner. You sent this while I'm all in the tunnel. I'm crying. Oh my god, I just went all the way back. I didn't even mean to do that.
Give back references to the inner circle. Turn the ball over with this team. My turn.
Wow, I just fucking
these guys shoot or defend. That's a way bigger issue than my turnovers. Remember, these guys are your future. Then it gets worse. About Jabari Smith Jr., the second overall pick in 2022, who Houston drafted to be a cornerstone piece. The account wrote, "I can't trust Jabari to make a shot or get a stop," and then used a slur to describe him. This is a 22-year-old kid that the Rockets literally traded for Durant to come mentor. The whole reason Houston brought KD in was to help develop players like Jabari Smith Jr. and Alperen Şengün and
no. Sorry for the yawn. I'm hungry. They didn't bring KD to develop their guys. They brought KD in to win. They were the fucking 2 seed last year. They brought KD's ass in to win a fucking championship, not to string along a 20. How old is Jabari? Jabari's like 23, 24, 22. He old, bro. He been in the league for almost 4 years now. He has not really improved since he was a rookie. Alperen, he has improved, but he's still inefficient. He's still a terrible fucking defender. Amen? he still can't shoot. Is that a KD problem or is that an individual problem between the three of those niggas? Like, bro, understandably, KD coming in is like, you play the same position as Jabari. Y'all built the same. He has a skill set that's similar to yours. Like, mentor the nigga, help the nigga improve. You feel me? Get the nigga game. You feel me? Practice with the nigga like we seen the clips in the summer. They was working out together, all that. But like, what is that all that gonna do if the nigga wide open in the corner and he don't make the shot? What is KD supposed to do? He's supposed to put that bitch in the rim for him? Fuck out of here, bro. When Alperen can't get a fucking stop, when he's getting torqued on in the post, what is KD supposed to do? Huh? When Alperen's spin around, and throw that bitch at the backboard and that bitch clink off the stanchion, is it KD's fault that he's inefficient? When a man is at the 3-point line and niggas is turning around looking for the rebound or looking for the next pass, he nigga wide open like this at the 3-point line and he not shooting that shit. Is that KD's fault? No. So I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear he was brought in to mentor these little niggas, bro. These little niggas have problems that can't be mentored, bro. They've all been in the league for years now. And they're the same flaws they walked into the league with are the same flaws they have right now. He walked into the league. He was not a spacer. He's not a, feel me? He obviously is athletic. He can cut. He's smart. He can play make. But the shooting, Jabari, it was creation and just like how could he be as an engine? Like, could he be your like best player? And Alperen, he just bad defender.
Thompson, and allegedly behind closed doors, he's in group chats calling them out like this, and it didn't stop at the Rockets. The account even said that the Hornets have better young players than Houston, and that he
do they? No. Young players? No. Young player? In terms of as a rookie, Con Kneppel looked better than all three of those niggas when they were rookies. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that the Hornets have better young players. I mean, who are you counting as a young player? Because like, are you counting Melo as a young player? Brandon Miller, Con, and then I mean.
Be better on Charlotte than on the Rockets. So. It's just so funny how the grass is always greener on the other side for Kevin Durant. He just got to Houston, a team that finished second in the Western Conference last year, and he's already looking at the streaking Charlotte Hornets. But it gets even worse. Let me walk you through what the account allegedly said about KD's former teammates, because nobody was safe. Let's start with Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Remember, KD spent about 2 seasons in Phoenix, and apparently that experience left some scars. The account compared Booker and former Suns head coach Frank Vogel to dictators, and not just any dictators. The message said 2 dictators, Stalin and
Hitler. See, I don't take this as him talking shit about Devin Booker. I see this as like he's going at the Suns fans because he said this before. Like every time he talks about the Suns fans, they just talks about like how they don't keep the same energy for him as they do for Devin Booker. Which is probably factual. Them niggas they don't fuck with Kevin Durant, and even this, it's not even like he's comparing Devin Booker to a fucking dictator. He's literally saying there's 2 different things. Like when the Suns lose, they KD team, which you'd hear when the Suns would lose, KD would get that blame, and if the Suns would win, you sometimes hear Booker's name a lot.
Hitler, Mussolini, and Kim Jong-un. I mean, come on, that is insane. The account also said the Suns are my team when we lose and Book's team when we win, which honestly gives you a pretty clear window into my team when we lose and Book's team when we win, which honestly gives you a pretty clear window into the frustration, because that's something only a player would feel. When the team wins, Booker gets the credit. When they lose, I don't think KD
would say that, bro. Or say that in a way to
KD and Kyrie were supposed to be the dynamic duo in Brooklyn.
I think that's more towards Suns fans than it is towards D-Book. You feel me?
Up together, but there were times where things got a little weird.
In my past life, like I said, I was you. I was you. I was you. What you are now.
Look at his face, bro.
I'm up here.
Yeah, he fried this shit, man.
Same mentality.
They brought in James Harden to form a super team, but injuries,
in my
Kyrie's
past life, I was
and
you.
Team dysfunction blew that whole thing up. The account said something along the lines of Kyrie being on his best behavior around.
No, I'm a read it, nigga. Nah, that nigga Kyrie really be on his best behavior around the Europeans, but treat his own people like we owe him something. Oh my God, what does that mean?
The European, referring to Luka Doncic in Dallas, but treating his own people, meaning KD, like they owe him something. That's a pretty deep cut if you think about it. KD is essentially saying Kyrie was a different person around Luka than he was around him. Then we get to Russell Westbrook, and this one might be the funniest, even though it's disrespectful. The account
we know KD don't fuck with Russ like that, bro. We been knew that. Pull the numbers for all those guards. I bet it's all similar all around. That pick disproved that though. That pick disproved it though. That's the point. I wouldn't say Kai was competing with me, but that light skin and that I wouldn't say Kai was competing with me, but that light skin and that triple double cocaine bear was. So is the light skin? I would assume light skin. I'll automatically go to Steph, right? But I don't know what the context of the conversation
Russ
is.
As a triple-double cocaine bear. I'm not even gonna lie, hilarious. That's an absolutely wild thing to call somebody. In context, hilarious. The account was comparing how OKC Russ passed the ball more than whoever they were talking about currently. One chat member pointed out that Russ averaged a triple-double that year, which is true.
So now when you go back, the pick disproves it though. I wouldn't say Kai was competing with me. So I guess he's saying I wouldn't say that Kai was competing with me, but I guess Steph and Russ were. Light skin and triple double cocaine bear.
31 member pointed out that Russ averaged a triple double that year, which is true. Russ averaged 31.6 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 10.4 assists in the 2016-17 season. The season after KD left, and the account basically dismissed it like it meant nothing. The Steph Curry and Golden State messages are interesting too.
I started holding Steph accountable and firm, and niggas looked at me and this.
The account said, I started holding Steph accountable in film and people looked at me like this, with a meme attached of someone looking confused. The implication being that KD tried to hold Curry accountable in film sessions and the Warriors organization didn't take kindly to it. Another message said something about how if you don't screen and pass up shots for Steph, you're getting waived, which honestly feeds into the narrative that KD
bro. You feel me? That the you gotta get with the fucking program. See, I fuck with KD, but you're not bigger than the program. You're not bigger than Steph. And he's seen that. That's why he wanted to leave, because he realized he's not bigger. He'll never be bigger than Steph here. So the Steph shit, I absolutely believe, because that just gives more instance to the point where KD knew he will never be that. He'll never be that guy in Golden State, because I got the light skinned nigga. They'll never be that guy. But the thing is, KD and Steph still have a great relationship regardless. He just understand what's understood is understood. Like, it's different, bro. You don't got that type of motion in GS, bro. In the Golden State, you don't got that type of motion.
Your system was always Steph's system. Everyone else was just there to support it. There was also a comment about Steve Kerr that referenced the time Michael Jordan punched Kerr.
Fact. Hey, I ain't gonna say too much, bro. The only dark-skinned nigga fuck with is Draymond. And you know why, bro?
Which is a wild thing to bring up in a group chat. Now, this is all consistent with how Kevin Durant felt about Golden State. If you remember in his podcast with Draymond Green a couple of years ago, he mentioned the reason he left Golden State was because everything about the Draymond Green and Kevin Durant situation was swept under the rug, and they never spoke about their problems.
He did. He basically just made it seem like, well, not even made it seem like, he basically just gave more ammo to the fact that this organization sucks, right? They like, as they're dysfunctional, they try to hide away from their problems and deflect blame to other people and try to just like brush shit under the rug to just say whatever, just go win games, just go be good for me, just go win. They been doing that with KD, before KD, and now after KD. They fuck niggas over with contracts, with trades, or how they treat niggas internally. Bro, it's just a whole bunch of bullshit, bro. Shout out Joe Lacob for fucking over the Warriors for the last damn near 2 decades.
Openly. But the funniest part of all is what he said about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, of all people, got a shout out here.
It's gonna be
the
scary.
account allegedly said, "I swear I miss Ben Simmons. At least that dude would give me the ball." When Ben Simmons is the guy that you're nostalgic about, that's when you know things are bad. But it also tells you something about KD's frustration. In Brooklyn, Simmons was widely criticized for refusing to shoot. But apparently from KD's perspective, at least he was willing to share the ball.
That's true.
And about James Harden, the account described him as slightly delusional, but I understand him, which is actually one of the tamer takes in this whole leak. But still not something you want to say about a former teammate.
I'm weak as fuck.
Now here's where this whole thing gets even more.
That nigga said James Harden is slightly delusional, but I understand him. All in all, bro, let's wait for the video.
Wild, because while these screenshots were going viral, KD was physically at the All-Star game, and cameras caught everything. Video started circulating of Kevin Durant pacing around the court before the
nigga on his phone like these, walking around like this, walking around straight like this, bro, through the tunnel at the game. And then when you see the camera pans this nigga when they doing the intros, nigga look at the camera like this. I'm mad, bro. Cursing during the month. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I can't chat and then censor and then think at all 3 times, bro. You know how I get, bro.
Game even started,
just enjoy the content, bro.
Completely locked into his phone. His expression was tight. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't engaging with other players.
He was not.
While other All-Stars were laughing, dapping each other up, and enjoying the atmosphere, KD looked like a man who just found out his secrets were all over the internet.
Yikes.
Because, well, they were. There's one clip in particular that went super viral where a staff member tries to redirect KD, and you can see him force this strained smile before turning away. It's the kind of body language that screams, "I know something bad."
Man, that's a nigga who just looked up, said, "Oh, it was good." Smile, he just kept it pushing. I don't think that's a strained smile, but you know, man.
Is happening right now, and I'm trying to hold it together. Multiple fan accounts shared clips of him constantly checking his phone throughout the entire night, even while seated on the bench in his warm-ups, and his actual performance in the All-Star game reflected the distraction. KD finished the night with just 12 points across all 3 mini games, shooting 5 of 15 from the field in 28 minutes. For a guy who's averaging 25.8 points per game this season, for a 15-time All-Star, that's an awful showing. In the championship game, he failed to score a single point in 6 minutes and missed all 4 of his shots. His team got demolished 47-21 in the finals.
I was gonna say, does that really matter? But it matters.
All-Star games aren't exactly known for giving maximum effort, but the timing is impossible to ignore. While everyone else is having fun at the biggest NBA party of the year, KD looked like a man watching his world burn in real time. Now, I gotta be fair here, not everyone's buying this story, and there are some legit reasons for skepticism. The biggest argument against it is simple. KD doesn't need a burner to talk trash. This man will respond to a fan account with 50 followers from his verified account at midnight on a Tuesday. He literally does not care about saying what he thinks under his own name. There's also the fact that screenshots can be faked. None of the leaked images include verified metadata, IP confirmation, or any kind of platform authentication. Social media impersonation.
But the thing about that though is like, let me finish.
It happens all the time, especially with high-profile athletes. Someone could have created this account, built an entire persona around being KD in group chats, and we'd have no way to tell the difference from the screenshots alone. Do with this what you will. The NBA invited a bunch of influencers to All-Star Weekend. They didn't invite your boy, so make sure you subscribe so maybe I could end up there in the future. Neon was one of them, and he reportedly talked to KD directly and claims Durant told him that the account
I'm trying to get the NBA All-Star game
too. Through an intermediary, not from Kevin Durant himself. And what is Kevin Durant gonna do? Come out and say, yeah, this burner that makes me look bad is definitely me. But here's the most important part. How does this affect the rest of the Rockets season? Whether the account is Kevin Durant's or not, the damage is...
I mean, shit, it's not making Jabari Smith play better, so obviously it's not doing enough. So it don't really even mean nothing. It's gonna brush over because it's not gonna make Jabari play better.
already done, because perception is reality in the NBA, and right now the perception is that Kevin Durant is secretly trashing his young teammates behind their backs. Think about what this means for the Rockets. Houston is 33-20 at the All-Star break, 4th in the West. They signed KD to a $90 million extension in October of 2025 with the specific purpose of having him mentor their young core and lead them toward a championship. The whole point was that KD would be the veteran presence that helps guys like Şengün, Jabari Smith, and the Thompson twins develop into winners.
No. That's not the reason why he came. It wasn't to develop nobody into no winner. It was to help them all reach that point. Like, I'm not hearing that. They did not come to... I don't know what's wrong with that. I'm just kidding. I don't get it. But I don't understand why, like, KD's not a coach, bro. He's still a top 15, borderline 20 player in the league. He's not a mentor, bro. Like, he's still hooping. Them niggas have to get better, bro. He ain't come to slow down and wait for Jabari to be a playable NBA player. But come on, bro. Like, are we serious? Like, come on, bro.
Now those same young players might be seeing their supposed mentor say that he can't trust them to make a shot in private group chats. Trust is everything in the locker room. And when your franchise player...
I would say it was like, just in terms of just trashing him in general, like, I can see why that, like, it's a thing, because he did, like, he called Jabari out of his name. He kind of said Alprin's ass. So in terms of, like, team morale, it's kind of fucked up. But in anything other than morale, you look at it like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's bad. There's no way to spin it to, like, if it is him, there's no way to spin it to make it look good. The only thing is you just say, like, it's not that bad because, like, is it wrong? It could have been a better way to say it. Yeah. It could have been there's definitely a better way to say that Alprin doesn't pass the ball than saying, like, his ass gonna turn the ball over. And there's definitely a better way to say that Jabari can't hit shots than calling him a retard. But at the same time, it's like, I think it's just because it's KD and people don't like KD. That's why it's this. You know what I mean? If it was any other player and it just came out with just these allegations, it'd be different. But people argue like don't like KD. Yeah. But I don't think he really likes the guys on the team. Or, like, I don't think he really likes because he's only been there for a year. KD, I've never seen KD really have a real relationship with Ime, they coach, or even all of the Rockets young players are all of the Rockets good players are young. He's the oldest guy by far. Besides, like, Jeff Green, Steven Adams is out for the whole year, so he's not even playing anymore. So it's just him and the kids. Him, these two, Alprin, Reed Shepherd, all these kids, bro. So it's like, you know what I mean? Who is he really gonna chat to on the team, bro? Because everybody was young. All these guys are in different places in their NBA careers, and KD through the lens of, I'm trying to win championships, I'm trying to win games. I'm coming out here, like, realistically, unless I'm just missing shots, I'm gonna get my 20 regardless. That's not how you think that's how Jabari thinks? Fuck no. Jabari don't think like that. Nah.
Even allegedly is out here comparing former teammates to dictators and saying the Hornets have better young players than your team. That's a problem. Jabari Smith is 22.
Saying the Hornets have better young players is not that bad. But
Şengün is 23. These are young guys who look up to a player like Kevin Durant. How do you look him in the eye in practice knowing he might think you're trash? The Rockets don't play again until Thursday against the Hornets of all teams.
I mean, they played last night, and I think they won.
It before then, if reporters press him on it, or if he just does what he usually does and pretends nothing happened. But this isn't going away. The internet never forgets. And in the age of screenshots,
it's going to go away. I mean, let me tell you right now, it's going to go away. We have to understand going away in terms of like niggas are not going to be of my child trash me. Yeah. But I can understand, like I fully understand that. Like I wouldn't say Jabari, Aman, or Alpi have any, they have all right to be like mad at KD and not fuck with KD. They have all right to do that. But at the end of the day, like, what can you really do about the situation, bro? Besides just either talk to KD or them two, they're not gonna lead the team. They're not. And like, this is like in 2 weeks. Are we gonna be talking about this? Unless like we start seeing like clear signs that like the chemistry with the team is messed up. If everything just looks like how normal every NBA teams look for the rest of the season, the next time this will be talked about is probably in the playoffs whenever they lose. But unless some crazy information comes out, bro, this will pass like everything else on the internet passes, bro. And I say that because I don't know, man. That's on this video.
Nothing ever truly stays private. Now, if this is your first time watching
nothing ever
stays
truly private anymore.
Otherwise,
but
you may not get recommended any of my content again. Aside from
it's nothing. I think the video's over. Nothing ever else. Nothing gets forgotten anymore. But because of the way the world works, the news cycle is just literally. They already stopped talking about the KD stuff a lot. He's not gonna get fined for this because at the end of the day, it's like unless the team finds him, if it was actual evidence that it was like actually KD, if it was there was no allegedly, no nothing, it was KD was talking shit. It wasn't KD using a burner on a different account talking shit. If it was KD talking shit, then the Rockets would probably fine him, maybe suspend him for a game. But the NBA, the NBA doesn't care. The NBA got bigger problems to worry about. But yeah, in terms of the Rockets season, they were fried before this happened. I'm not gonna lie, they weren't playing well. Like, there's a reason why KD was mad because everybody wasn't playing well, including him some nights. So, because in terms of that, I don't know where they go from here. KD's only on the team for one more year after this year, anyway. So, but I know Jabari and Alperen are like. Because even right after this, they posted it's a whole big situation. Look, KD, what I say to you, KD, be smarter. You be on Twitter too much for you to be getting screenshotted and niggas know that you on your burner. You've been using that burner since it seemed like 2021, and niggas have not bagged you. But somehow, like all of a sudden, the group chat you was in, now somebody's in there taking screenshots. You got to be more careful if you're going to talk shit on Twitter, bro. And in terms of like why talking shit on Twitter, I'm not going to say why he did it or why didn't he do it. But I would just say, what's the point? Into Jabari and Aubrey, play better fucking basketball so niggas don't talk shit about you. Good video. Peace.